Hey everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of our mini-series on what is a wellness program. If you're here, congratulations! You've officially decided that wellness is more than a gym discount and a motivational poster from 2014. If you missed part 1, be sure to go check it out here. We covered what a wellness program is, what well-being really means, and why a fridge stocked full of LaCroix is not in fact a strategy. Today, we're diving into part 2, what actually makes a great wellness program. You know, what employees actually use, love, and don't forget about by week 2. Let's get started. First things first, great wellness programs are intentional, inclusive, and holistic. Not, we picked 3 perks and hoped for the best. The best programs support the whole human. Now, this is where a lot of employers get stuck. When companies want to build a wellness program, the first question is usually, okay, but what are we actually allowed to include? Totally a fair question. And yes, there are federal laws like the ADA and the GINA that help guide how wellness programs are designed, especially when it comes to things like privacy, accessibility, and fairness. But here's the key thing to know. For most employers, these laws aren't a limitation, they're guardrails. Most companies have a lot of flexibility to design wellness programs that support their employees, align with business goals, and reflect their culture, not a generic template. Now, there's no single correct wellness program. The best one is the one that works for your people. So, what actually works? Let's break down a few ideas. Physical well-being. This is usually the first place companies start, and that makes sense. But physical well-being is about more than workouts and celebrating who's training for a half marathon. It includes movement and fitness options for different lifestyles and abilities. Think yoga, stretching, walking programs, or low-impact classes. Sleep support. Resources that help employees improve sleep, manage energy, and recover. Nutrition education, not diet culture, but accessible, realistic guidance. And preventative health tools, like access to screenings and education so people can address issues before they become bigger problems. Physical well-being isn't about pushing people harder, it's about helping them feel better. Mental and emotional well-being. This is no longer optional, and it often determines whether your wellness program succeeds or quietly falls apart. Mental well-being isn't about reacting when someone is already burned out. It's about building support before people hit a breaking point. This can look like easy, private access to therapy, counseling, or coaching, stress management tools like on-demand mindfulness, breathing exercises, and guided meditations, burnout prevention and support, like resources that help employees recognize the signs of burnout, set boundaries, and recover, and tools that help people build resilience over time, like coping strategies, emotional regulation, and confidence. So stress doesn't automatically spiral into overwhelm. And to be clear, no one's complained lately isn't a well-being metric. And my door is always open. While helpful, is not a mental health strategy. Let's give your employees support that actually helps. Social well-being. Work is social. Even remote, hybrid, and the introverts who just want to do my job and log off need people. Social well-being isn't about forcing friendships. It's about creating an environment where people feel connected, respected, and like they belong. This can look like team rituals, inclusive meetings, and communication norms that make people feel seen. Optional, pressure-free social opportunities like interest-based groups, and things like mentorship programs, peer connections, or cross-team collaboration that helps people build trust over time. You don't need mandatory happy hours or trust falls. You do need to create an environment where people feel safe being themselves at work. These areas give you a strong foundation, but they're not the whole story. Well-being shows up in a lot of ways, and the most effective wellness programs don't just offer benefits, they focus on how everything works together. Which brings us to the next big question. How do you actually launch a wellness program, get employees engaged, and prove it's actually working? And that's exactly what we're covering in part 3. If you want to go deeper on the different types of wellness programs and how to design one that actually works for your organization, download the free wellness programs guides linked in the video description below. And if you're ready to move beyond perks and build a real well-being strategy, head to wellhub.com for a free quote and to chat with one of our well-being specialists. And be sure to hit like, subscribe, and come back for part 3. I'm Lauren with the Wellhub team. We'll see you next time.